What's going on, my trainer club? We have the new 7-day field research breakthrough that has changed it up finally, and we also have the first Gen 5 legendary coming to Pokemon Go. So you know what I'm going to do, help you make sure that you know all the 100% IVs, everything that you need to know to max out. So welcome to the trainer club. Here we go. Welcome back, everybody. Let me know in the comments below, are you excited for the new Gen 5 Legendary? Are you excited to get a change in the research breakthrough and everything like that? Because I am super stoked, and I am here for you guys as always. So let's get right into it. I'm gonna make this video short, sweet, and simple so that we can make sure to maximize on all of these Pokemon. So starting off, we're gonna start off with the research breakthrough. So starting on November 1st, all the way until January 1st, we have Articuno, Zapdos, Moltres, Groudon, and Kyogre coming back to the field research breakthrough. So every week you guys can get these. It did not disclose, but I'm sure that since the shinies are out, we can get these shiny potential. The first three, if you are a Great League battler, you can get them in under the Great League stats, and you're going to be able to fight with them. Unfortunately, Kyogre and Groudon cannot get into the Great League. The Articuno 100% IV is going to be 1308. The Zapdos is going to be 1511, and the Moltres is going to be 1485. So my suggestion for these guys is make sure to get them, but then if you trade them, they can potentially go into the Great League stats to make sure that they are going to be a little bit lower on the attack, as low as possible, and bumped up on the defense and the stamina to make sure that you can get it a little bit higher of a level to make sure it does more damage. So that's what you're going to look out for. All right, everyone. So I know I mentioned about the Great League stats, so I figured that I would give you a list of the top 1 through 10 plus of the best stats you can have for these birds for the Great League. And if you didn't know, I just want to drop a cool fun fact that Uno, which is Spanish for 1, is Articuno, and then Moltres is the third, and then Zapdos is the second. So 1, 2, 3 with the last Spanish versions of the numbers at that. So here we go, getting right into it. We have the Articuno starting first. So the best Articuno PvP Great League stats are going to be a 0, 15, 15 at level 18.5. Unfortunately, we will not be able to obtain a 0 as an attack, because if you trade it with a good friend, the base floor is going to be a 1. So anything with a 1, including 2, 3, 4, you are going to be able to get. Obviously, it's going to be quite rare, and it's going to be a little bit difficult, and it's going to be a little bit more Stardust. But then if you trade it with a great friend, it's going to have a base floor of a 2, which can be 9, 10, 11, right? So those are going to be great ones as well. So that's what you're going to want to look out for the Articuno. For the Zapdos, we're going to look at a 0, 12, 12 for the 100% PvP Great League IV. Unfortunately, once again, we cannot get the 0. The actual 6th best is going to be a 5, which looks pretty promising. You can trade that with a best friend to be able to get that 6th spot, right? And then also with a 1, we have it for the 7th spot, and in the 12th, 13th, and 14th, we have 2 and 1, 1 for the attack purposes. So go ahead and check those out to maximize. And then finally, we have the Moltres. Trace for 3 in Spanish. Look at that. The Moltres is going to be a 1, 15, 15. So it is obtainable to get rank 1 PvP Great League Moltres at level 16, which doesn't require too many power-ups. That's literally going to require 2 power-ups. 1, 15, 15. If you guys want to go ahead and check out any of these other ones and compare, you can do so, but just shoot for having, when you do trade it, if you're trying to get it into the ideal. And when I say ideal, meaning it's going to have the highest potential to deliver with the closest CP to 1500 in the PvP Great League. As far as the Groudon and Kyogre, they're going to have the exact same 100% IVs, which is going to be level 15, 17, 64. So look out for both of those guys. The strategy there, just get and try to get a good one. Hopefully you guys get a shiny. You can always lucky trade it, because it's going to power up for a lot less Stardust. So that's going to be my strategy. If you get a subpar shiny of either of those in that and you want to really power it up, trade it with another person for another shiny of that equal type, or if you want to switch or swap or whatever that is for you guys, and then get that lucky for the lucky friends bonus, and then get it all the way up. Which then brings us to our new Gen 5 Legendary, which is Cobalion. So this is going to be the first of the trio that are going to come out. This guy is going to be fighting in Steel combination, who has a couple of unique movesets. I will obviously have the full counter guide, but we're just going to go over a couple of his things, including his stats, his 100% IVs, and then we'll check out the top 3 counters just to get you guys prepped, ready, and excited for what's to come in Pokemon Go, which is going to start on November 4th, right? And it's going to go all the way until November 26th. and then we'll have one of the other two guys that are going to come here, which we'll check out in a moment. So Cobalion is going to be a fighting and a steel type, which is going to be pretty convenient because a lot of us are going to be experiencing winter time, which is going to be boosted to level 25 in either the cloudy weather or the snowy weather, which in the wintertime is quite prevalent for a lot of us. So this is going to be really, really cool. Hope you guys get that boosted. His stats are going to be an attack of 192, a defense of 229, and a stamina of 209. So unfortunately, this guy is going to be a little bit too high to make it into Great League. However, it is going to be a potential Great League Pokemon as far as these stats go. So we're going to check out the moves, and then we're going to get into the 100% IVs with the top 3 counters before we get the other 2 Pokemon that are going to be hitting the Gen 5 Legendary raids later on this year. So Cobalion is going to be weak to Fire, Ground, and Fighting, which is unique because it is a fighting type Pokemon, but it is weak to Fighting. It's going to be strong against Fairy, Ice, Rock, Normal, Dark, and Steel. It is going to be caught at a level 20 100% IV at 1727, and then a level 25 and boosted in either of those 2 conditions that we mentioned at the 2159. And I'm going to go over a complete guide, counter guide, to make sure you guys have everything you need to beat the Cobalion. However, I just want to make sure that you guys have the top 3 counters, which are going to be the Chandelure, which you want to check out the best of the best video that we just did. Highly anticipate, great Pokemon to use, is going to be Fire Spin, Overheat. Then we have the Entei with the Fire Fang and Overheat, and then we have the Heatran with the Fire Spin and the Flamethrower combination. So those are going to make up the top 3 counters as of right now for the Cobalion. So that's where we're going to be at, guys. I want to make sure you guys know that, so you're prepped, you're ready to go, you have everything that you need, you're starting to prepare. We have this Pokemon coming up, which is going to be November 4th, like I said, and then afterwards, which in no specific order, we have the Terrakion and we have the Virizion. So those are going to be the legendaries that we can expect coming next, which would probably be, unless we're going to get some type of mix-up for the holiday Christmas season, which is a potential, maybe Shiny Giratina Origin Form. I don't know for sure, but I'm excited about these new Gen 5 legendaries. Now we're going to check out the Cobalion. I mentioned we were going to check out the moveset. So we have the Zen Headbutt and the Metal Claw. So Metal Claw is going to be the only same type attack bonus or stab that we will get from this initial one. Unfortunately, it's not going to get a fighting quick move, but the Zen Headbutt is pretty powerful. It delivers a pretty good amount of punch, and then it's going to get close combat for the charge, Iron Head, and Stone Edge. So this Pokemon, when it goes through the research breakthrough, will be able to be obtained for the PvP Great League. It's going to be looking pretty good because the level 15 100% IV is going to be 1295, so it's going to sit in the Great League perfectly. So I'm excited to see this Cobalion in the Great League. So now we're going to check out the comparison between the Cobalion, the Terrakion, and the Virizion. All right, so if we're checking out the max CPs, we see that the Terrakion is going to have the highest stats, which also correlates to the highest attack. So the Virizion and the Cobalion actually have 2 of the exact same stats. They're literally the exact same Pokemon, both going to be unique Pokemon and going to be looking pretty unique for the PvP Great League. I can't wait to see if they come through Research Breakthrough to bless the game in that manner. It's going to be pretty fun. Then the Terrakion, what do we have to do with this guy? So if we compare it to a Machamp, who has a max CP of 3056 compared to 3698, it's obviously going to depend heavily upon the movesets of the Terrakion. The attack of the Terrakion is at 260 compared to the Machamp's, which is 234. We have a defense of 192, which is above the Machamp's at 159, and the stamina is going to be above a little bit by 209 to 207 with the Machamp. So this is going to be sitting really high up there for a fighting attacker. Can't wait to see if this is going to hold weight with the movesets. And we're also going to compare it to the Conkeldurr, which is going to be coming out pretty soon. So we don't know officially these are the stats, but the 3337 is the Conkeldurr 100% IV. It's going to have an attack of 243, which is going to be below the attack of the Terrakion at 260. It has a defense of 158, which is below the Terrakion's of 192, and it has a stamina of 233, which is going to be above the stamina of the Terrakion at 209. So the Terrakion is looking very promising. I can't wait to see what moveset it gets. It definitely could be a pretty unique fighting attacker, and the rock combination could be pretty good as well if you compare it to the Tyranitar. The Tyranitar has a little bit lower of an attack, a little bit higher defense, and a little bit higher stamina, so it's definitely something that could probably hold some weight in the rock category depending on the moveset as well. So these are unique Pokemon. They're definitely not the strongest, obviously, of the Gen 5 as the Dragons are going to be. They're going to be really, really strong. I can't wait to see those guys come out, but obviously they're highly anticipated. So they're probably looking at, my hypothesis is maybe next summer for the Dragons, because they're so powerful, they're going to be so unique, and they're going to be so high demand, so they're really going to create a buzz in the game. But these guys are also pretty unique, and I can't wait to see this Terrakion. The Virizion and the Cobalion are definitely going to be some Pokemon that are going to be great for the PvP, but unfortunately we're going to have to wait until they get into the research breakthrough to put them low enough for the CP to be able to hit that standpoint. So these are not the most influential, but we're going to check out everything you need to know about them, and we're also going to do the best of the best with the excellent throw tutorials and the complete counter guide. But I just want to make sure you guys have everything you need right now. So thank you guys for tuning in, all my likers, commenters, subscribers, and Patreon members for taking their subscriptions to the next level. I'm gonna see you guys out on that next video. Peace. I just want to take a moment and sincerely thank all of my Patreon members, everybody that has taken their subscription to the next level and chosen to support me on this platform. I greatly appreciate you guys. As a growing channel and really trying to grow and improve as much as I possibly can, I really appreciate the extra support. You guys mean the absolute world to me. I cannot wait to connect with you soon, and I appreciate you guys all for being a part of the Trainer Club. I will see you guys out on the next video.